morning, friends. It's Mark again up here on the Bruce. It is October 22nd and just about 8:45, and the sun is just about ready to peek over the trees behind me there. So definitely getting a later start in the mornings now, waiting for the sun to come up, but that's okay. It gave me time to get over to the property here. Just got the four-wheeler warming up in the background. Today's going to be another day of splitting wood. Take care of that pile there and then clean up some end cuts, junk wood, get a fire going, try to burn some less than prime pieces with some punk in them, get rid of them that way, and then maybe drop a few more trees. I've got that beech tree that I've been hanging on to see if it made any beech nuts, and it hasn't. So unfortunately, even though it's a really interesting tree and it looks like a healthy specimen, it's gonna have to go. So whether that's today or tomorrow, definitely gonna come down before I head back down south. Got a pile of fir, balsam fir there, all limbed out, and what I'm thinking before I leave, also I'd like to up on the landing here lay out kind of the rough idea of where the building is going to be. I think we're approximately 24 by 36 foot building, so I'd like to get that kind of squared out on the ground. I'm a visual person, so when I can see where it's going to be and have a reference to that as far as the tracking in the sun throughout the day and the shadows and the shade, pretty helpful. You only get to choose that maybe once in your lifetime where your forever home is going to be. So a little bit of time to lay that out. The back of the place is going to be facing the south, so hopefully we'll be able to take advantage of some passive heating, definitely in the winter months, with some big windows back there. So just want to get an idea of the track of the sun throughout the day for October. Anyhow, I'm going to make some more videos of splitting. Probably take the camera along for a hike later on. You can see the forest, different parts of the forest. And yesterday I was trying to make some videos, but the sun was directly coming at the camera for splitting, so that didn't turn out too well. So I'll try today, this morning anyway. And just kind of hopefully wrapping up the splitting by the time the family gets here. That'd be nice. One other project, got some rocks to break. So I brought up a generator and a little roto hammer and a pretty efficient ancient tool for breaking rock, feathers and wedges. So if you've never heard of feathers and wedges, we'll do a little video on those, how efficient they are. Generally they work better on hard rock. Up here we've got the dolostone, which is a mix of dolomite and limestone, so it's not overly hard, but we're kind of putting in a shortcut trail over between the outhouse and a little platform that we have for sitting when we're having our lunches and whatnot. So just a little shortcut trail. So, and of course there's a couple pretty large rocks right in the way that once we get the wood chips down, we'll be tripping over constantly. So we try to break those out either today or tomorrow if we got time. I always come up here with a big list of things to do, and you mix in a little bit of recreational stuff, and I don't know, probably never get it all done, the list. Maybe that's a good thing, never to have your list completed. But it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great day. October, it's gonna be close to 20 degrees today, I believe. So yeah, gonna get at it. Yeah, so there you go, folks. Seeing is believing, and I think this is just a great splitter. One thing that I really like about it is how thin that splitting wedge is. I almost consider it a knife edge. It's about 1.25 inches wide of hardened tool steel, and with that I feel like I can make really accurate splits. You know, I like to put rectangular pieces on the ends of my piles to crib everything up, and with that wedge being so thin, I can really guide it through the log. Nothing there that was too challenging. Some of that yellow birch had a bit of knot in it that I was trying to make it work a little harder on, but I think most splitters have a 2-speed pump. This is no different. Once it gets into some harder stuff, it slows down to that lower speed and just pushes the way through. Like I said, there's nothing it won't split. I mentioned that I had a Wallenstein splitter before, and that was a great machine as well, but the wedge on that was very wide, and it would kind of pulverize its wood as it was passing through. You get a lot more waste and a lot more pieces that would really challenge it when you got into knots, and what it would be trying to hammer its way through the knot with a really wide wedge rather than a skinny cutting wedge. So yeah, just a great machine. You might have noticed at the end there, sometimes when you're splitting, the pieces want to jump up a bit. The way they've got this engineered with those kind of 2 sharpened edges there, it really grabs the wood, keeps it from flying out. And there's certain times when if you got a twist and the piece starts to twist, rather than shearing through the wood, I just back off on the stroke controls for a second, bring the wedge back 1 inch, and then push it through again. And as soon as you bring it back, that piece wants to straighten itself out, and then you can push it back through straight. So yeah, just a wonderful piece of equipment. Just a treat to use. Starts every time and does what it's supposed to. Other than routine maintenance, there's never been a breakdown. And you can see, like, it doesn't take too long to hammer out a load. When we're splitting at home with my friend Martin, he backs his gator right up to the side of it with the tailgate down, and the tailgate acts as a work platform, so we can slide the bigger pieces across onto the tailgate, and then just fill up the back of the gator and off you go. So yeah, it's gonna be a great day up here. It's nice having nice equipment to work with. There's no doubt about it. On the topic of Martin there, I just want to give a quick shout out to him and his wife. About 5 weeks ago, they were involved in a motor vehicle collision. I don't want to call it an accident, because the asshat who blew through the red light while impaired and T-boned his car. There's no accident when you're drunk driving a vehicle on a Saturday afternoon. So yeah, Martin and his wife were just coming back from some groceries and out for an anniversary dinner. They're both in their 80s. Martin's 85, and they were T-boned. So luckily his wife, it's a couple days to recover, and she wasn't too bad after that. Martin spent 5 weeks in the hospital, between hospitals and rehab for I don't want to get into too many details, but a lot of fractures, a lot of broken bones. So he's home now. Just found out yesterday that he's home, so congratulations that he's home. He's definitely got a recovery ahead of him, but if there's anyone who can do it, it's him. Don't think I've ever met a more determined individual to get healthy and stay healthy. And before long, he'll be back down on his mountain, as we call it, down in the southern Bruce Peninsula. We call it the mountain. He's got a beautiful piece of property there, and he'll be back down on the mountain, and we'll be playing around with firewood again. So congratulations on getting home, Martin, and yeah, it's glad to have you back around. Okay, folks, I'll talk to you in a bit.